Have you ever felt undervalued, overlooked, or underestimated by someone who should appreciate you? In today's lesson, we will explore 9 attitudes that can frustrate such individuals, all based on Stoic principles. These attitudes are powerful tools that will transform how you position yourself in your relationships and how you deal with those who don't appreciate you as they should. Imagine having complete control over your emotions and reactions without being affected by others' attitudes. Have you wondered how to remain calm and dignified even in the most challenging situations? Then keep watching, because these 9 strategies will show you exactly that, bringing peace and self-confidence into your life. Have you experienced times when your qualities and efforts went unrecognized? Have you had to deal with people who don't value you even when you give your best? We'll talk about that and offer practical steps you can apply immediately to improve your interactions and strengthen your self-esteem. Stay with us until the end and discover how to frustrate those people with the power of strategic silence. Have you ever noticed how sometimes silence says more than words? Imagine a situation where someone tries to provoke or devalue you, expecting an explosive reaction, and you simply remain silent, calmly watching. That's the power of strategic silence, a Stoic tool that can completely transform your interactions. In Stoicism, silence isn't just the absence of words, but a deliberate choice, an act of control and power. When you choose not to react verbally to a provocation, you show a mastery over your emotions that few can achieve. This self-control disarms and often confuses the other person who expected a reaction. Think about the times you were treated unfairly or underestimated. What was your reaction? If you argued or tried to explain yourself, you ended up playing the other person's game. But when you use silence, you refuse to participate in that dynamic. It's like a chess game where instead of moving your pieces, you observe, analyze, and wait for the right moment to act, if there's ever a need to act. Silence also gives you time to think, evaluate the situation, and decide what the best response is, if any is needed. It shows that you are not at the mercy of the emotions of the moment. This confuses those trying to destabilize you, because most people aren't used to this response. They expect an explosion, a counterattack, something to validate their provocation. Additionally, silence reveals an inner strength that many underestimate. When you remain silent in the face of an affront, you show that you don't need anyone's approval or recognition to validate your worth. Your confidence comes from within, not from others' opinions, and that strength is extremely powerful as it's immune to external criticism. The power of silence also lies in its ability to generate respect. When you refuse to participate in unnecessary confrontations, you demonstrate that you won't be dragged into negativity or provocation. This type of behavior inspires respect and admiration both from the person trying to provoke you and from observers. In a world where immediate reaction and staunch defense are the norms, maintaining calm and silence can seem revolutionary. Imagine how this can transform your relationships. Instead of getting involved in unnecessary arguments and conflicts, you remain calm and firm. People will start to see you differently, perceiving that you are not easily shaken and that you possess a strength that comes from a deep, unshakable place. And this transformation isn't just external. Internally, you start to feel a peace and confidence that you may have never experienced before. You realize that you don't need to prove anything to anyone, that your worth isn't in the words you say or the arguments you win, but in the way you lead your life with serenity and purpose. Silence also allows you to observe others more closely. When you're not speaking, you're listening, and by listening, you can learn much more about others' intentions and emotions. This sharp observation gives you a strategic advantage in any interaction, as you can respond more effectively and wisely. Keeping calm as emotional strength. Have you ever been in a situation where someone tried to provoke you, expecting an explosive reaction? Imagine the power of staying calm, not giving the response they expect from you. This is what we call the art of not reacting, one of Stoicism's most valuable principles. Think of a meeting where someone makes a sarcastic comment about your work. Everyone looks at you, expecting you to respond, to defend yourself. But instead, you take a deep breath, calmly look at the person, and choose not to respond immediately. That moment of pause, that control, is where your true power lies. Many people believe that reacting quickly is a sign of strength, but in reality, it's the opposite. Reacting impulsively usually means you are being controlled by your emotions rather than being their master. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in maintaining calm and clarity, even when provoked. Think of a burning ember. If you blow on it, the fire grows. If you ignore it, it eventually goes out. When you don't react immediately, you give yourself time to calm your emotions, allowing you to think clearly and respond in a way that truly reflects who you are and what you want. Moreover, when you don't react impulsively, you confuse the person trying to destabilize you. They expect an explosion, a counterattack, something to validate their provocation. By not reacting, you break that cycle, showing that you are not at the mercy of the emotions of the moment. You are in control. Strategies for maintaining emotional balance. Deep breathing. Deep breathing is a powerful tool for calming the nervous system. When you feel you're about to react impulsively, take a moment to inhale deeply through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. This simple act can help you regain composure and think more clearly. Mindfulness practice. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, you can observe your thoughts and emotions without being carried away by them. This allows you to respond rather than react. You can practice mindfulness through meditation, observing your thoughts, or simply paying attention to your breath and bodily sensations in the present moment. Mental reframing. When faced with a provocation, try to refocus your mind on something positive or neutral. Think of a peaceful place, a pleasant experience, or simply your long-term goals. This shift in focus can help you reduce the intensity of negative emotions and maintain a balanced perspective. Imagine how this can transform your daily interactions. Instead of being seen as someone who is easily swayed by emotions, you become a calm and stable presence. People begin to respect you more, seeing you as someone who thinks before acting, who is not easily shaken. This ability is beneficial not only for your relationships with others, but also for your inner peace. By learning the art of not reacting, you start to live with more serenity, not letting the small provocations of everyday life affect you as much. You realize that you have the power to choose your responses, to live according to your values, and not be at the mercy of others' emotions. Emotional balance also improves your physical health. Stress and impulsive reactions can negatively impact your body, causing issues such as hypertension, anxiety, and other stress-related disorders. Maintaining calm and composure reduces these risks and promotes better overall health. The art of not reacting can be applied in various everyday situations. At work, for example, if a colleague makes a negative comment, instead of responding aggressively, you can choose a calm response or even decide not to respond at all. This not only protects you emotionally but also portrays you as a confident and centered professional. In personal relationships, this principle can turn potential conflicts into opportunities for understanding and growth. If your partner is upset and says something hurtful, instead of responding in kind, you can take a moment to understand their perspective and respond compassionately and reflectively. This strengthens the relationship and promotes healthier communication. Developing this emotional mastery requires practice and patience. It's not something that can be achieved overnight. You can start by practicing in less intense situations and gradually apply it in more challenging circumstances. Over time, you will become more skilled at maintaining your emotional balance and managing your reactions effectively. Stoicism provides valuable tools to develop this skill. Through daily reflection, meditation, and conscious practice, we can strengthen our ability to maintain calm and clarity in any situation. So, the next time someone tries to provoke you, remember the art of not reacting. Use that moment to breathe, calm yourself, and choose your response wisely. You will be surprised at the difference this makes in your life and the respect you receive from others. The art of not reacting is one of the greatest strengths Stoicism can offer us, allowing us to live with more balance and serenity. Cultivating self-sufficiency for freedom. Have you ever thought about the freedom that comes from being self-sufficient? Imagine not depending on anyone to achieve your goals and fulfill your desires. This not only strengthens you but also changes how others see you. Being self-sufficient is a demonstration of power and self-confidence that Stoicism deeply values. When you are self-sufficient, you are not trapped by others' expectations and demands. Think about how liberating this is. You have control over your life, your decisions, and this is reflected in everything you do. People start to see you differently, admiring your independence and strength. Imagine a garden you tend with your own hands. Every plant that grows, every flower that blooms is the result of your effort. That garden is a metaphor for your life. When you build your life with your own hands, the result is something genuine that reflects your dedication and resilience. People around you can't help but notice and admire this. Self-sufficiency gives you the ability to choose who you share your life, resources, and time with. You don't need to accept any kind of treatment or relationship because you know you can fend for yourself. This makes people around you perceive your true value and want to be part of your life, not out of necessity but by choice. Self-sufficiency also protects you from manipulation. Those who try to underestimate you perceive the strength and security of knowing you don't need them for anything. This disarms any attempt at manipulation as you are above these small traps. By not depending on favors or approval from others, you become an impenetrable fortress. Your independence becomes a shield that protects you from those trying to take advantage of you. Every time you demonstrate self-sufficiency, you send a powerful message: I am enough. This message resonates in everything you do, strengthening your sense of worth and purpose. People around you start to notice this. They see that you don't bow to difficulties, that you have the ability to overcome challenges on your own. Being self-sufficient doesn't mean isolating yourself or rejecting help from others, but having the certainty that if necessary, you can go your own way alone. This self-confidence is inspiring and attracts the admiration of everyone. They see in you someone who knows their worth and doesn't need to prove anything to anyone, someone who lives according to their own terms and principles. When you cultivate self-sufficiency, you also become an example for others. You show that it's possible to live with integrity and strength regardless of external circumstances. Your life becomes a testament to the power of self-sufficiency and self-determination. Focusing on the essentials for a purposeful life, when you concentrate on what really matters, something magical happens. You start to live a life with purpose. Instead of being dragged by others' demands and expectations, you define your own priorities. This creates an inner strength that is hard to shake. Imagine being at a party full of superficial conversations and noise. Instead of feeling obliged to participate in everything, you choose to talk to one or two people who really matter to you. This focus transforms the experience, making you leave the party with a feeling of connection and satisfaction instead of exhaustion. Now apply this to your life. When you focus on the essentials, you start to say no to everything that doesn't add value. This not only frees up your time and energy, but also sends a clear message: you know what you want and won't be swayed by distractions. People who try to devalue you don't know how to handle this, as you're not playing their game. Think of a ship in the open sea. If it doesn't have a clear destination, any wind or current can divert it. But with a fixed destination, it sails firmly regardless of storms. When you have clarity about what is essential, you become that ship, sailing firmly towards your goals, indifferent to others' attempts to divert you. This focus on the essentials also brings inner peace. When you stop worrying about trivial things and concentrate on what really matters, you feel lighter. Worries decrease, and you start to see the beauty in simple and meaningful things in life. This is something many people have never experienced, and that is exactly what can leave them perplexed. In the professional realm, for example, being clear about your priorities allows you to better manage your time and energy. You don't feel compelled to accept every task or project presented to you. Instead, you evaluate each opportunity based on its alignment with your goals and values. This not only improves your performance, but also protects you from unnecessary burnout and stress. When you focus on the essentials, you become a source of inspiration. People around you perceive your clarity and determination. They see that you don't get easily shaken by trivialities, and they begin to respect that. Those who try to devalue you get destabilized because they don't understand how you can remain so focused and unshakable. This clarity also helps you make difficult decisions more easily. By knowing what really matters, you can say no to distractions and opportunities that aren't aligned with your goals. This not only makes you more effective, but also protects you from manipulations and external expectations trying to divert you from your path. The modern world is full of distractions and constant demands for our attention. From social media to news to family and social expectations, it's easy to get lost in the noise. However, when you decide to focus on the essentials, you start to filter these distractions. You become more selective with your time and attention, prioritizing only those activities and relationships that truly matter. This filtering process not only helps you be more productive, but also improves your emotional well-being. By focusing on the essentials, you reduce the stress and anxiety associated with trying to meet everyone's expectations. You give yourself permission to be true to yourself and your goals, resulting in a fuller and more satisfying life. Focusing on the essentials also involves an inner transformation. You start to develop greater self-awareness and understanding of your true desires and needs. This allows you to live more authentically and aligned with your values. As you become more aware of what really matters, you also become more resilient to challenges and obstacles. Living with a clear focus on the essential also inspires others. People see in you someone who knows what they want and has the courage to follow their own path. This determination and clarity are contagious, and soon you'll find yourself surrounded by people who share your values and aspirations. This creates a community of mutual support and growth, further strengthening your ability to stay focused on the essentials. The importance of setting healthy boundaries. Imagine a beautiful beach where the tide line is clearly defined. The water knows how far it can go, and the sand remains calm and safe in its place. Like the beach, we also need to set clear boundaries in our lives. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect and is essential for others to respect you as well. Setting boundaries doesn't mean building walls to keep people out, but creating a safe space where you can flourish. When you define what is acceptable and what is not, you are telling the world that you value yourself enough to protect your well-being. This not only increases your self-respect but also makes others see you differently. Imagine you have a garden. If you don't put up fences, animals and people can trample your flowers, destroying your hard work. By fencing your garden, you are protecting what is valuable to you. In the same way, by setting boundaries, you are preserving your inner peace and your time, two of the most precious resources we have. When you start setting boundaries, something incredible happens. People begin to treat you with more respect. They realize you're not willing to accept any behavior and that you value your time and energy. This can destabilize those who are used to crossing your boundaries, as they now need to adjust their attitudes. Setting boundaries also gives you a sense of control. You are no longer at the mercy of others' demands and expectations. You decide where to invest your time and energy. This provides enormous freedom and makes you feel more powerful and confident in your decisions. Don't think that setting boundaries is an act of selfishness. In reality, it's one of the greatest acts of self-love you can practice. When you respect yourself enough to say no when necessary, you are taking care of yourself. This, in turn, allows you to be a better version for those who truly matter in your life. By setting clear boundaries, you also set an example for others. They see that it's possible to live according to your values and priorities without being swayed by external pressures. You become an inspiration, showing that it's possible to live an authentic and fulfilling life. Setting boundaries has benefits both in your personal and professional life. At work, knowing how to say no to additional tasks that aren't aligned with your goals allows you to focus on what really matters. This not only improves your performance but also protects you from burnout. In your personal life, setting boundaries with friends and family ensures that your relationships are based on mutual respect and not exploitation. Strategies for setting effective boundaries. Clear communication. Express your boundaries clearly and directly. You don't need to over-explain yourself. A simple "I can't do that" is enough. Consistency. Stick to your boundaries. Consistency is key for others to respect your limits. Self-knowledge. Know your values and needs. This will help you set boundaries that truly benefit you. Self-care. Prioritize activities that recharge you and make you feel good about yourself. This reinforces your ability to maintain your boundaries. When you set clear boundaries, you inspire others to do the same. They see that it's possible to live with integrity and self-respect. This can create a culture of mutual respect and support in your social and professional circles. By seeing your example, others may feel motivated to set their own boundaries, creating healthier and more balanced relationships. Have you ever felt overwhelmed because you didn't know how to say no or allowed others to cross your boundaries? Imagine the relief and strength you could feel by setting clear boundaries, protecting your time and inner peace. How do you think your life would change if you started respecting yourself more and demanding the same respect from others? Setting boundaries is a powerful Stoic practice that transforms your relationships and, most importantly, how you see yourself. By doing so, you will discover a new strength and inner peace that only comes from knowing you are taking care of your own garden. Share in the comments, and if you want, tell us your story. Time is an ally in Stoic wisdom. Imagine the ability to use time to your advantage, transforming every moment into an opportunity to grow and thrive. Stoicism teaches us the wisdom of letting time act as our ally, a powerful concept that can bewilder those who try to pressure or underestimate us. Think of nature. A tree doesn't rush to grow. It follows its own rhythm, ignoring the changing seasons and storms. Over time, it becomes strong, robust, unbreakable. So is the Stoic, who understands that time is a loyal ally, capable of transforming adversities into strength and patience into power. When someone tries to provoke or pressure you for a quick response, your serenity can leave them perplexed. While everyone around you rushes to resolve everything immediately, you remain calm. This ability to wait, to give time to time, shows a rare and admirable inner strength. Using time to your advantage doesn't mean being passive or inert. On the contrary, it's an active form of control. When you choose to wait for the right moment to act, you are demonstrating a deep understanding of the circumstances and confidence in your ability to handle any situation. It's like a chess game where every move is calculated and made at the exact moment. Remember the times you rushed to make a decision and later regretted it. Now imagine if you had waited longer, reflected better, let time show the right way. That's the wisdom of time, a Stoic lesson that teaches us the importance of not acting impulsively, but with reflection and discernment. Those who observe your patience may initially underestimate you, thinking you are hesitating or indecisive. But over time, they realize the strength of your serenity and understand that you are not reacting randomly but acting according to a well-thought-out plan. Knowing that time will bring new opportunities and solutions is a sign of true strength. Those who try to bring you down or devalue you end up frustrated with your unwavering patience. They perceive you as that robust tree that keeps growing regardless of the storms. Practicing patience in daily life, using time to your advantage, also means learning to handle external pressure. In a world that values immediacy, being able to take the necessary time to evaluate and decide calmly is a superpower. This ability can be applied in various areas of life. At work, when facing important decisions, instead of rushing, take the time to analyze all options. This not only leads to better decisions, but also helps you gain respect among colleagues and superiors. In personal relationships, patience can strengthen your relationships. By waiting and observing, you can better understand those around you and respond more empathetically and effectively. This creates deeper and more meaningful bonds. In personal growth, taking the time to reflect on your experiences and learn from them is crucial for your development. Self-evaluation and meditation are practices that can help you grow and become the best version of yourself. The serenity that comes with patience is powerful. It not only protects you from stress and anxiety, but also allows you to see the bigger picture and make better decisions. This inner calm becomes a source of strength that sustains you even in the most difficult moments. Furthermore, serenity disarms those who try to destabilize you. By not reacting impulsively, you show that you are not at the mercy of circumstances or the emotions of the moment. You are in control, guided by the wisdom of time and reflection. Your ability to manage time and patience not only benefits you but also inspires others. People around you will begin to notice your calm and your ability to maintain composure in difficult situations. They will realize that there is a different way to face life, one that is not based on immediate reaction but on reflection and wisdom. Time is a powerful tool. When used wisely, it teaches us the importance of patience, reflection, and serenity. By learning to use time to our advantage, we not only improve our ability to face challenges, but also inspire others to do the same. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where you feel the pressure to act quickly, remember the wisdom of time. Take a moment to breathe, reflect, and wait for the right moment. You'll find that with time, life offers you the answers and opportunities you need to thrive. Gratitude as a tool for transformation. Imagine dealing with someone negative, someone who constantly tries to discourage you with criticism and disdain. Now visualize responding to that person with sincere thanks. It may seem counterintuitive, but practicing gratitude can transform this dynamic and even destabilize those who don't value you. When you start to cultivate gratitude, something magical happens. Your perspective changes. You begin to see the good in situations and people, even those who seem determined to devalue you. By expressing gratitude, you not only improve your emotional state, but also break the expectations of those who expect a negative reaction from you. Think of gratitude as a powerful weapon. When someone criticizes you and you respond with a sincere, "Thank you for your comment," I'll think about it, you completely disarm that person. They expect it to affect you, but they encounter a serene and grateful response, leaving them unsure how to continue their criticism. By practicing gratitude, you also strengthen your positive relationships. You value good moments more and strengthen your well-being. Those who try to devalue you perceive that their words have little or no effect on you. Daily gratitude practice. Gratitude isn't just a response, but a daily practice. Upon waking, be thankful for the new day, for small things like a good cup of coffee, a friendly smile, a moment of peace. This changes your energy and how you face challenges. Over time, this positive attitude begins to radiate to everyone around you. Gratitude journal. Keep a journal where you write down at least 3 things you are grateful for each day. This simple act can change your perspective and help you focus on the positive. Conscious thankfulness. Take a moment each day to thank the people around you, whether for their help, company, or simply for being there. A simple thank you can have a big impact. Gratitude meditation. Spend a few minutes each day on a gratitude meditation. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and think about all the things you are grateful for. This not only improves your mental well-being, but also strengthens your emotional resilience. Now think of a situation where you were unfairly criticized. Instead of responding with anger or frustration, imagine saying something like, "I appreciate your point of view. This gives me a new perspective to consider." This response not only shows maturity but also disarms the critic. They didn't expect you to thank them and consider their criticism so calmly. This approach also makes people around you start to respect you more. They see that you are not easily affected, that you have a solid base of gratitude and positivity. This base becomes a strength that criticism and negativity cannot penetrate. Practicing gratitude can be transformative. It's not just about being polite, but about changing your own perspective and how you interact with the world. With each thank you, you build a barrier against negativity and strengthen your inner peace. Gratitude allows you to see the positive side of every situation, even those that seem adverse. Gratitude also improves your interpersonal relationships. When you regularly express gratitude, people around you feel valued and appreciated. This creates a positive and supportive environment, fostering mutual understanding and collaboration. By consistently practicing gratitude, you become an example for others. Your positive attitude and ability to remain calm in difficult situations inspire others to do the same. People around you may start adopting gratitude in their own lives, creating a ripple effect of positivity and well-being. Resilience. Facing challenges with strength. When life presents challenges and obstacles, how do you face them? For Stoics, resilience is an essential virtue, a strength that allows you to face adversity with courage and serenity. It's not just about surviving challenges, but growing with them, revealing to the world the depth of your value. Imagine a river flowing through the mountains. It encounters rocks, logs, and waterfalls, but it doesn't stop. It flows around obstacles and eventually reaches its destination. That's Stoic resilience. No matter how many difficulties arise, you find ways to keep moving forward, adapting and learning from each experience. When people around you don't recognize your value, it can be tempting to get discouraged or give up. However, Stoic resilience teaches you to keep your head high. You understand that your worth doesn't depend on others' recognition, but on your own perception and continuous effort in your actions. Every challenge overcome is a confirmation of your inner strength, something no one can take away from you. This serene strength confuses those who try to devalue you. They expect you to weaken, to give up, but witnessing your resilience, they realize their efforts are in vain. Your ability to keep going regardless of circumstances becomes your greatest weapon. You are not only resilient, you are unbreakable. Daily practice of resilience. Stoic resilience doesn't develop overnight. It's a daily practice, a constant choice to face challenges with courage and serenity. The more you practice, the stronger you become. For Stoics, obstacles are seen as opportunities in disguise, opportunities to strengthen the mind and spirit. Acceptance. The first step to developing resilience is accepting the reality of the situation. It's not about giving up, but recognizing what's happening so you can act with clarity and purpose. Perspective. Stoics practice seeing each situation from a broader perspective. Ask yourself how this challenge fits into the bigger picture of your life and what lessons you can learn from it. Self-discipline. Cultivate self-discipline to keep your actions and thoughts aligned with your values and goals, even when facing difficulties. Reflection. Take time to reflect on your experiences. Daily meditation or journaling can be powerful tools to better understand your reactions and grow from them. Stoics believe that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. Facing difficulties with a resilient mindset allows you to turn each challenge into a valuable lesson. This perspective transforms how you see problems, viewing them not as impediments but as steps towards your personal development. Your resilience not only strengthens you but also inspires those around you. By seeing how you face adversity with courage and serenity, others can find the motivation to do the same in their own lives. You become a beacon of hope and strength for those seeking to overcome their own challenges. Think of historical figures like Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor who wrote his meditations while ruling Rome during times of crisis. His ability to maintain calm and clarity amid chaos is a testament to Stoic resilience. Another example is Epictetus, a slave who became one of the most influential philosophers of his time, demonstrating that resilience and courage can flourish even in the most adverse circumstances. Honesty, the ethical pillar of Stoicism. Let's explore one of the most powerful and transformative virtues of Stoicism: honesty. It's not just any kind of honesty, but one that is direct and without beating around the bush, that doesn't try to sugarcoat the truth. This Stoic transparency can be an incredible tool to disarm criticism and gain respect. When you practice brutal honesty, you are showing the world that you have nothing to hide. This creates an aura of trust around you. People know they can count on your word and that you are genuine in your actions and intentions. There's no room for games or manipulations. Your authenticity becomes evident and unquestionable. Imagine a situation where you made a mistake. The common instinct would be to try to justify or minimize the error. But a Stoic embraces the truth. Yes, I made a mistake. This is what I'm doing to correct it. This approach not only disarms criticism but also demonstrates admirable responsibility. People respect those who acknowledge their faults and work to overcome them. This same transparency applies to praise. Being honest about others' merits strengthens your relationships and creates an atmosphere of trust. When you sincerely acknowledge someone's talents and efforts without exaggeration or ulterior motives, you build a solid bond. People perceive that your praise is genuine, which increases respect and admiration for you. Living transparently requires courage. It's necessary to be willing to face uncomfortable truths and accept criticism constructively. That courage, however, is rewarded with a more authentic and meaningful life. When you don't need to maintain appearances or lie to please, your mind feels lighter and your path becomes clearer. Being brutally honest doesn't mean being insensitive. It's possible to be direct without being rude. The key is in the intention. When your honesty comes from a place of respect and a desire for mutual growth, it's well received. People begin to see you as someone who cares enough to tell the truth, even when it's difficult. Furthermore, the practice of honesty strengthens your self-confidence. When you know you're living according to your values and have nothing to hide, you feel more secure. That inner security reflects in how you present yourself to the world, walking with your head held high, knowing you are true to yourself. In the professional context, this virtue can open many doors. Leaders who practice transparency gain the loyalty and respect of their teams, creating an environment where communication is clear and goals are understood by all. This clarity can lead to greater efficiency and better results. An honest leader is perceived as trustworthy and authentic, fostering a culture of integrity in the workplace. Employees feel more comfortable expressing their ideas and concerns, knowing they will be heard and valued. This not only improves the work environment but also drives innovation and organizational growth. Practicing honesty in daily life. Incorporating honesty into your daily life requires practice and reflection. Here are some strategies to start daily reflection at the end of each day. Reflect on your interactions and assess if you were completely honest. If not, think about how you could have handled the situation differently. Clear communication. Practice direct and clear communication. Avoid using euphemisms or beating around the bush. Say what you think respectfully but firmly. Acceptance of errors. When you make a mistake, acknowledge it immediately. Don't look for excuses. Instead, focus on how you can correct the situation and learn from it. Sincere praise. Give genuine recognition and praise. Make sure your words truly reflect what you feel and think about others' actions. Practicing brutal honesty can profoundly transform your life. It not only allows you to live with greater integrity and authenticity, but also strengthens your relationships and helps you gain respect from others. By being honest with yourself and others, you build a solid foundation of trust and mutual respect. If you made it this far, leave your mark by writing in the comments, "Wisdom is a curation for me. Let's walk a path of self-knowledge and growth together."